Hello. So the subtest that I'm going to be going over today for the WISC is going to be cancellation. This is very similar to the WACE, where we're going to be looking for a specific set of objects. In this case, they're going to be animals, and we're going to have our child basically looking to mark out the animals in a span of, or a kind of a big sample of both animals and objects. So for this, you are going to need your administration and scoring manual. You will need your record form. You're going to need response booklet 2, which has just the cancellation test on it, which it's about 4 pages front and back, and it's just going to need that form. You're going to need a red pencil with no eraser. You're going to need a stopwatch, and you're going to need the cancellation scoring template. This test is valid for kids that are ages 6 to 16. So, again, 16 being our age cap for the WISC. Below age 6, this might be a little bit hard for them, as they may have a hard time really understanding the instructions, or they may have a hard problem completing within a time frame that's normed for that age. And for the 2 tests, the main test, the cap, your ceiling, is going to be 45 seconds. The base is going to be that they can show you that they can follow instructions and that they understand the demonstration that you're going to provide. So for the demonstration, you're going to put the response booklet in front of the child. You're going to make sure that they only see the first page. You're going to point across the row of targets at the top that show the animals, left to right, as the child sees them, and say, look at these, they are all animals. You're going to point to the next line down, which is the demonstration item, and you're going to say, now look at these, they are animals and other things too. I will only mark the animals. I will not mark anything else. And you're going to show them by drawing a mark through the animals that are on that sample line. Next, you're going to give them a chance to display that they understand with the sample item. You're going to show them, it's at the bottom of the page, you're going to show them and say, now you do these, mark each animal, do not mark anything else. You're going to give them the red pencil and say, go ahead. This is not timed. This is merely to show that they have a base level of mastery of the concept and that they understand that exactly what you're asking them to do. So if they mark all 8 of the animals that are in that sample, you're going to say, that's right. Now you know how to do them, and you're going to go ahead and go to the test. If they either omit a target, so they pass by an animal and they don't mark it, you're going to say, that's not quite right. You're going to point to the animal that was not marked and say, this is an animal, so you should mark it. If they mark a non-animal, so like another item that's not an animal, you're going to say, that's not quite right. You're going to point to the item that they marked and say, this is not an animal. You should not mark it. After that, you're going to give them another chance to go ahead and repeat and go through and correct those mistakes. If they don't really understand what they're doing, if they have a lot of questions, if they're having a hard time grasping the concept, go ahead and stop the test right there. Go ahead and just discontinue administration of that subtest and find a substitute. Because at that point, we're going to not be at the norm where we believe the child should be. As we go to test 1, you're going to open up. So when you open up the test booklet, it's going to have 2 pages. You're going to instruct the child to work left to right, top to bottom, and you're going to say, when I say go, mark each animal. Do not mark anything else. Work as fast as you can without making mistakes until I tell you to stop. Are you ready? If they need further explanation, go ahead and repeat the instructions, reiterate what we talked about in the demonstration item, and then if they're ready, go ahead and say go. You'll start your stopwatch. You will time for 45 seconds. If they make anything but a single slash, an X, a circle, anything like that, just tell them, please draw 1 line to make each mark. Don't stop testing, but give the prompt, draw 1 line to make each mark. Do not provide them with an eraser. If they make a mistake, you say, that's okay, just keep working as fast as you can, but do not stop timing to prompt. If they complete the whole page before the time stops, go ahead and stop timing and record the time that they completed it in seconds. If they have not completed the full page by the time, go ahead and say stop, and then record the completed time as 45 seconds. And then close the booklet to the blank page that contains the copyright information, and then go to item 2. Go ahead and open it up again. You'll see another very similar array of objects and animals, and you're going to show them again. When I say go, mark each animal. Do not mark anything else. Work as fast as you can without making mistakes until I tell you to stop. Are you ready? If you need another explanation, you can go ahead and give another explanation, repeat the instructions. There's no limit on that. When they're ready, say go. Similarly, we're going to do the same instructions as before. If they mark anything with more than a slash, more than an X, draw one line to make each mark is the prompt that we're going to give them. Do not stop the time. If they make a mistake and they have an issue with that, the prompt is, that's okay, just keep working as fast as you can. Don't stop the time, just prompt them and have them continue. Again, if they complete the whole test before the time is up, you're going to stop your time, you're going to mark the time completed, and then you're going to go ahead and proceed on. If they have not completed the whole test before that's done, when you say stop, and then record the complete time in 45 seconds. So this is going to be processed after you're done. And so it's going to take you a little bit of time, just like the coding one. So after you're done giving the whole battery, when you're testing out and you're making your scores, what you're going to do, the cancellation random score, which is going to be the first test, total raw score is the raw score for item 1. So that's going to be only the correct items marked. And then the cancellation for the second one is the total raw score for item 2. So if they total out, you're going to look at the template, and you want to line the template up with the edges of the paper. And so what it's going to do is it's going to highlight the things that should be marked. All the marked targets are scored as correct. Any targets that are not marked are scored as incorrect. What you're going to do is you're going to record the total number of correct and incorrect responses on the record. You're going to subtract the total number of incorrect responses from the total number of correct responses, and you're going to enter that difference in the item score. If they did not complete the test, or the difference is less than or equal to 0, enter 0 as the total raw score for that item. The total raw score for the cancellation subtest is the sum of the total raw scores for both item 1 and 2. And that's it for the cancellation subtest. Thank you.